we were kind of big proponents of, okay, we need to make Europe more competitive on a global standpoint. We have an aging population. We have an industrial base that is shrinking. And so we don't want to just be, and the kind of the joke is like, we're going to be importing products made by European founders abroad, and we cannot allow that to be a thing. Okay, and so I think maybe you are the perfect person to talk about what Mario Draghi spoke about to the whole European Commission yesterday, and echo his words.
Yes, by the way, you can follow us on X, on the EU Hack HQ, so X Twitter, we'll share. Yeah, I think one of the movement, and so we say the movement, we have to contribute. And here, thank you for the host, and everyone can contribute. And it's just to not keep our experiences and its consequences of the system for ourselves, right? Because we need to push the experience, the user experience of the European legal system toward the politicians. And there is a momentum, and I think a wake-up call that is happening that we try to accelerate also. And Mario Draghi, Enrico Letta, and a lot of people are starting, even at the political level, to wake up. So from our point of view, in addition to making new laws that make it easier to do companies or things, it's also a mindset shift where European national politicians say, look, revenues from companies, founders staying in Europe, tax revenues are not given. At some point, the most talented people on earth, they can walk away. And when 10, 20 years ago, the technology weight on the GDP, on the market cap was much lower, so they had a harder time to realize that. And now they realize it probably too late, but better late than never, right? And Draghi today said, one of the quotes is that if we don't change, a journalist asked, what is it, do it or die? And he said, no, it's not die, it's slow agony. And it's the truth. And Europe, what happened, there are a lot of movement, historical things that are anti-growth, that have absolutely no logic of existing, but have been here in Europe for decades or centuries, and that needs to change. And the whole system, even when a company does a lawsuit or whatever to get flexibility, we need judges that understand business. And what part of the movement is we want the politicians to, how many politicians have an entrepreneur background? And if not, why don't you come at Nucleo and you participate to a fundraising exercise, looking at how it is to raise money with American, European venture capital, have the first-hand experience. For me, the parallel, and I will hand over the mic, is when you are an entrepreneur, you may have an idea, you may have a PowerPoint, you may have a draft, a prototype, but the real truth arrives when you just hand it over to the first consumers, clients, and you get a crazy hardcore feedback session, and your next version is much better. So what we need is this spirit in Europe where if we're gonna make laws in Europe to make growth possible, to keep the European talent, there is no better people than entrepreneurs and the one who invest in entrepreneurs to give the most accurate and useful feedback to really generate wealth and growth in Europe.